Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Ariana here, and Happy New Year if this is your first video of mine for this year. I wanted to go ahead and get this girl talk video out there, you guys. We haven't done a girl talk video in a long time, and these things are things that I have learned, if you guys saw by the title, in my 20s so far, okay? So I'm 27 years old now. So I'm about to be 28 in 21 days, you guys. It's almost my birthday. It's almost my birthday. It's almost my birthday. Hey. Hey. I just wanted to go ahead and thank today's sponsor, me. Let me stop playing. So number one, you do not need to have a million friends. And I think I said this in one of my videos before. You don't have to have a million people to do things with you in order for you to feel like you want to do something. I have learned to be able to, especially having my own car, I've learned that I am happy doing solo things. Like if a friend said that they didn't want to go to a restaurant or go out or something like that, the time that I wanted to go get some drinks, go get appetizers, go get some food, I will go by myself. I want people to feel like, you know, you are enough to be able to do things by yourself. I know as a woman, you know, sometimes you get a little shy, get a little, you know, nervous walking through crowds of people by yourself, you know, walking through a group of men talking by yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really all like, let me get on my phone. Act like you on the phone. But gaining that confidence to be able to say like, I love myself enough to know that I don't just need to have a bunch of people around me in order to feel like I'm somebody or that I'm enough. Like I am happy with my one friend, one loyal friend, you know what I'm saying? Like we see all these extravagant birthday parties, we see all these extravagant vacations, girls trips and all that. And of course you do want to find a camaraderie of women around you probably that you know, that support you, that rock with you, that want to do things with you. But until you do find those women, don't be sad because you do have one or two friends. Like that's literally okay, because it's hard to come by loyalty and people that, you know, really will rock with you and be your ROD, you know, your ride or die. So just be grateful for the people that you do have around you, if you have anybody. So that I would say. So don't think you gotta have 10 to 15 friends every time you do something. Girl, okay, let me know what y'all trying to do. We got a little virtual date, okay? Number two, this kind of ties in with not having to have a lot of friends, because number two is that it's okay to do things alone. Now, that's something that I know not everybody can do. When you really just try, whenever you actually just try to do that one time, you might actually enjoy it. You know, of course you gotta be, you know, more consciously aware of everything because you're by yourself. But that doesn't take away from the good time and the happiness you'll probably have doing it solo. Like when you do things solo, you on your own time, you doing it when you want to do it, you leave it when you want to leave. You know what I'm saying? So it's really has its benefits of doing things solo. You're able to really be able to like pay attention to what you want to pay attention to, you know, just basically do whatever you want without having to have a conversation with somebody else on if you guys can do it or not. So you learn a lot about yourself too. You learn that you have a little bit more confidence because you walking in someplace, you sitting at the dinner table by yourself, treating yourself to a nice little meal, okay? You know what I'm saying? Go home, do what you gotta do. But yeah, do things alone, y'all. It's pretty fun. Like there's people that travel alone. I be doing stuff alone all the time because I enjoy my peace. So I just enjoy peacefulness. So I have been appreciating that so much more in the past couple of years as I've gotten older to understand that like I'm happy within me to be able to do anything that I want. Number three, this one is really big because it deals with finances, ladies, okay? So finances are big, and this is something, if you guys are young watching this right now, if you my age, if you older, we all flow in that same boat of needing to understand financial literacy. Spending money on unnecessary things is really a waste. And this is something I have learned over the years, but it really started clicking later on in life, you know, around the age I am now. And so it's like in the past few years is when I really tried to hone down on that. Of course, you still have your mistakes and your things that you probably have to work on. If you're in debt, if you have to save money, these are all things that we should start to try to change, you know. Okay. So this next one, you guys, is big because it deals with your finances. Finances is something that us as young women, like, we have to try to understand our own finances, financial literacy, understand that we can be independent, we can make our own money, we can build our own businesses. We do not have to rely on a man to do these things. Like, we can literally build our empire from ourselves. And so we have to start saving money. We have to start learning about credit and investing and things like that. So just understanding money is something that I really learned throughout my 20s. Is like, you can't just spend your money on everything, because in the future you're gonna need it for an emergency. Like, that's literally what people say all the time. You gotta save for a rainy day. And that's something that most of us, when we're really young, we don't really think too much about that, because we're like, okay, well, I just want to be happy right now. I don't really want to think about that kind of stuff yet, because I'm not that age. I'm not on my own. Some people think that just because of the age that you're at, you can stay either immature, ignorant to things that you should probably know. Early on in my 20s, like, I was not doing right with my money at all. Like, it definitely takes a lot of patience with yourself, and knowing that, like, everything that makes you happy momentarily doesn't mean that it's good for you long term. If you spend your check every time you get it, if you don't know how to keep money in your pocket every time you get paid, that's something I think you should start to learn. And because in the future you're gonna be thankful. Like, when you get 30, 35 years old, you're gonna be thankful that you did do these things in your 20s. All right, number 5. This one is interesting because it deals with social media. Number 5 is social media will hinder you only if you let it. So the reason why I say this is because I don't feel like social media is a platform that is bad. I think that we just overuse social media. So let's just think about it. It's like nobody has an alarm clock for their social media to say, hey, wake up, 8 o'clock, right when you wake up, come check your likes, come check your views, come check this. We just do it on our own because that's just what we're doing. Like, nobody's making us go on our phone and do this stuff. So when I say social media can hinder you only if you let it, I literally mean that. Like, if you let this hinder you, then you might not be able to succeed in other things. Meaning, like, if you're too focused on that every single day, if you're always on your phone checking your social media DMs, your likes, your views, the people that are commenting, if anybody shared it, if you have gone followers or subscribers, social media is not a place where I feel like it's bad. We just put any and everything on it. Like, literally any and everything is on there. So we use it to a point where we're not as engaged with people around us sometimes. And I think that's the reason why people think social media is bad for you. I think everything comes with balance. If you get on social media, maybe 1 hour of the day, and of course not 1 full hour, like you breaking that up, that's fine. 2 hours, that's fine. But it's really all with you, because I can't tell you how long you can be on social media for. If you know you have homework, if you know you have like business projects to get done, if you know you haven't finished content for the day, then that means that you're just spending too much time with it. That's all it is. It doesn't mean that it's bad. Like, I know that people always think that there's a lot of people that think that social media is just deteriorating people. And I think that we just have to teach people to control their habits of getting on it so much, rather than think that, oh, it's just so bad. I never thought it was really bad. I really, every time somebody be saying that, I come with them with, well, how much are you on it? How much are the people around you on it? And it's like, what are you looking at while you're on there? That's also what hinders us as well, is the information that we're receiving. Everything that we receive, whether it's through our senses, our eating, our smells, our sight, whether we hear, all that is important towards our experiences in life. So if you are looking at a lot of BS or a lot of drama every single day on your social media platforms, try to, balance it out with something else. Like, get out of your phone and go be creative. Go paint, go draw, go do yoga, go take a hike, go on a walk. You gotta be able to balance out your life where your technology is not consuming you. The next one is important because this wasn't really important to me with going to the gym, trying to eat right and all of that, but it's learning how to love all of you and stop trying to change everything about yourself. That's one thing a lot of us as young women, like, we go through these stages of life where we might feel a little bit insecure about, how we look sometimes, and the stages of development within who we are. Sometimes it might take a while for us to build that confidence, and to actually love ourselves. And this is something that, as a young girl, like, especially in your 20s, not trying to always change everything that you see about yourself, because the things that you might want to change might be the best thing about you, you know, as a person. I've said this in another video before. Once I started to really learn how to love myself, it was basically learning like, what is it that I really didn't like and how can I improve that? Not necessarily change it, but just improve how it is. So it was, one of the things was my body, you know, and I really wanted to improve my fitness, whether it was getting stronger, thinning out, you know, some of the fat areas on my body. So that's the thing that I did. I went to the gym. I was like, you know what? Let me start going to the gym heavy. Let me start actually eating right and not just working out, so that I can be able to get the body of my dreams if that's what's making me feel this way. All right, you guys, so for the next one is consistency. Now, I know this is like repetitive when you hear consistency in all these type of videos. To become successful in life, you gotta stay consistent, this, that, and third. But it is so true, so real, and so vital to success. And just anything that you actually want to succeed in, whether it's continuing on the exercise journey for you to lose weight, being consistent with that, being consistent with eating right, being consistently going to work on time every single day. It does not matter what it is, you just gotta stay consistent. In my 20s, you know, consistency was something that should have been my middle name, because maybe then I would have been consistent in more things. You know what I'm saying? Like not starting something and not finishing the task, you know, starting a business and not actually following through and completing different things for it. You have to be consistent in anything to be successful. Now, understanding consistency goes with understanding if you're actually being productive or if you're just wasting your time. So you can be consistently doing things that might not actually take you anywhere. Whether it's just watching TV, not walking or working out. Certain things that we do could also be something that we're doing consistently, but it's actually negatively impacting our life. So just understanding that positive things that we're doing consistently towards a certain goal will pay off. So the next one is going to be, start taking your health seriously right now. If you 20, 21, 22, 18, 17, 15, looking at this, start taking your health seriously. Learn about your body, especially as a young girl and as a woman. We want to learn about our body, how our hormones be going to flip up and down, you know, every single month during our time of the month. Learning more things about who you are and what works for your body, what you need for your body. Learning if you have any deficiencies, and sometimes we have deficiency in iron, so we have to take iron supplements, or we have to change our diet in order to get more iron. And that's the thing that you might need to do in case you get cold often, because iron helps you if you're anemic. So things like that. It's like learning your health. Go to the doctor. Make sure you take care of yourself. Every 6 months, go to the dentist. You know what I'm saying? Go get your yearly physical done. These are all things that I actually did pretty much keep up with for the most part, in my 20s, is continuing to make sure I go to the doctor and keep myself up, you know, because you want to always make sure you're putting your best self first. And if you're not feeling well, if you're not healthy, if you're not taking your mental health seriously, you know, because I have done therapy as well. So that's something that I also started to incorporate. If you need to go to therapy, go to therapy, whether it's online from BetterHelp. Hey, BetterHelp, I hope you guys sponsor me one day, you know, or see if your insurance company can help you out with getting a therapist. Anything to help you improve your overall life. That's also something you want to take care of, because you can't take care of your kids, you can't take care of the family, you can't take care of anything around you unless you're taking care of yourself first. So your health always comes first. Make sure that's try to make that a priority in your life. And also what goes along with this is eating right and taking your vitamins and working out. I promise you, exercising is something that's just going to help you overall in everything. It helps you with your happiness. It helps you with your energy. It helps you with your strength. It helps you with sleeping better sometimes after you work out. You might just feel overall better. It helps with your immune system, you know, getting rid of toxins through your sweat, making you be an overall more healthier person by working out. So I definitely think that incorporating working out, whether it's at home, getting a trainer, you know, working out with a friend, your boyfriend, you know what I'm saying? Have a partner, somebody to help push you and motivate you to work out, because you will thank yourself when you hit 30, 40, 50 years old and you hitting all these ages and you're not gonna have back aches, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna have all these things. Of course, things happen, you know, naturally, but at least you can prevent some of it by starting to get your body moving at an early age. Be patient and not have an attitude every time something does not go your way. Growing up, I did get told that sometimes. Why everything gotta go your way, this, that, and the third. You just want to be a person where you're open for things to not always go how you want them to go. I know as women, we be getting in our feelings, we get emotional when we get told no sometimes. So somebody might throw a tantrum, somebody might have an attitude, take out your anger at somebody else. Try to stay who you are. This is something that I've had to work on myself, is not letting things get to me and changing my character. Looking at somebody, rolling your eyes and stuff like that. Stay true to that classy, beautiful woman that you are, or girl that you are. Keep your demeanor the same just because something doesn't go your way. It doesn't always mean that it's not going to happen anytime ever. It might just not happen at the time that you want it. And sometimes God really does keep things away from us until he knows that we're ready for that. There's a job or a guy that you want in your life, you know, just continue to pray and be patient. Patience is a virtue. And I think that if a lot of us attain that part of ourselves where we become more patient with things, we will be able to live a happier life, because you won't be so like, God, I need to grow up so I can be able to do this, so I can do that and do that. Like, just relax, let things flow. Of course, certain things will get to you and make you feel a certain way if you do get told no or something like that, but you don't want that to ultimately change how you treat anybody, how you talk to somebody, you know. So just try to learn that at a young age. Like, if you have attitude issues, or if you're talk back, or if you're like what they call a smart aleck, not everybody really vibes with that well, you know, and I've learned that as well from my own experience. So you just want to make sure that you're always keeping that same positive, happy self. Okay, you guys, so this last one, in your 20s, we're gonna have friends and guys and people in our lives where we want to try to hold on to them for dear life. Okay, so understanding at a young age, and just younger in your 20s, if you're still in your 20s, is that you do not have to try to hold on to relationships or friendships that are no longer healthy or benefiting growth in your life. Like, if you're not happy, if you continue to have problems, if you're arguing all the time, you gotta understand that eventually, if you continue to go through that, you're gonna realize that peace is probably the ultimate thing that you will want in any friendship or relationship at the end of the day. Like, once I got to like 26, 27, 20, even 25 a little bit, but now, like, I take my peace so seriously. I do not just hang out with people and just do things just because I want to have people around. Ultimately, I'm putting my happiness in me first. You know, you got to do that sometimes, is understand that things don't work out, and that's okay. You have to understand it's okay. God will take us through a season with whether it's a romantic relationship or even a platonic friendship, just so we can learn more about who we are as people. You know, after years of not talking, and if things are, you know, kind of going bad at the time, you want to see if it's better now, see if the person changed, you know. That's all good, because I'm sure your intention is like, maybe they actually changed and you guys can get along better now. But sometimes it's best for you just not to give them a call. Maybe it's best for you not to send them a DM or a text, you know, and just continue to live your life. God will continue to bring in people that he knows that you need, as long as you pray to him and ask him for it, you know. So you don't have to ask him to bring that person back in my life. I know they didn't want me back then, but maybe they'll want me now. Or maybe the friendship didn't work back then. Sometimes it will work better as you guys get older. Sometimes it didn't work when you're younger. Maybe it will work now. But don't feel like you have to hold on to unhealthy relationships and friendships with people if you want better. So just remember that you can always create new relationships and friendships at any age. You just have to put yourself out there a little bit more, probably, and show your personality and find somebody that can match that energy a little bit. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I was like a little girl talk, you know, for my girls out there. As I get older, I feel like I do want to just talk to you guys more about my experiences and different things that I've gone through to get to 27 years old and feel confident in who I am. I'm not perfect. You have to just not get down on yourself, learn from everything, and just keep on going. Stay consistent and stay positive. That's one thing I will say always, is to stay positive. I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys subscribe by now. Anyway, peace out.